Peace Sells, But Who's Buying is known as one of the premier thrash metal releases of the 1980s, done by no other than Megadeth. It's considered a classic with its crazy solos, dark atmosphere, and amazing production for the time. But did you know that there was a 2004 remaster done by Dave Mustaine and his engineers that was met with, well, mixed critical reception? So today I'm going to go into the DAW and we're going to compare the original mixes of Peace Sells and Who's Buying with that 2004 remaster. Is it better or is it botched as bad as fans say? We're going to listen to it right here in the video. If you want to check out some other breakdowns I do of albums and the remasters, go ahead and check out that playlist there. But let's jump into the video and leave a comment. Tell me which of these masters and mixes do you like better? Do you like the 1986 version or the 2004 one better? Let's break down these songs. Okay, so I'm in my DAW now. I have at the top the 1986 mix and master, and then at the bottom here I have the 2004 remastered version. I've picked two songs from the record. I picked Wake Up Dead and Peace Sells, two songs that I think kind of embody the sound of the record as a whole, songs that people are familiar with. So I'm going to be comparing these mixes. So let me just have you listen. Here's the 1986 version of Wake Up Dead. I'll just have you give it a quick listen. Okay, so notice the sounds there, and then here is Peace Sells. Okay, now let's take a quick listen to the 2004. Here's Wake Up Dead. And here's Peace Sells. Okay, so a lot to tackle here, a lot of differences. Let's start off with Wake Up Dead. Let's go to the drum intro and let's see if we can just hear some of the subtle differences between the snare sound right off the bat here. So here's the 1986. Hear the snare roll. Notice what we've got with the drum sound. Okay, big, reverby, roomy. Here's the 2004. So first thing I notice is with both songs is that the 1986 version has more of a reverby and vibey feel. And the 2004 remaster, kind of another thing that we discussed with the Pearl Jam remaster, is everything's kind of dry up front and mixed quite a bit differently to give more clarity, but misses some of the vibe of the original. Also, the 2004 Peace Sells sounds like maybe there could be some drum samples going on. Let's take a deeper listen into this one. The drums seem much more compressed. There's a lot less dynamics in the performance. And although we do know that Paul Lonnie did use some one-shot trigger samples at times in the Peace Sells original mix, he talked about that in a video. We know that it is Gar Samuelson's performance that we are hearing. With this 2004, and especially with Dave's track record of remixing the drum sounds and adding in samples, it's tough for us to tell if we're getting that Gar Samuelson classic drum performance. I just hear more dynamics with this mix as opposed to the 2004, which seems much more crushed and much more compressed. The guitars seem much louder too in this version of the mix. So there's the guitar solo. It sounds a little clearer in the 2004 version. It's definitely more muffled in this 1986 version, so it seems like they boosted it in the 2004. They let that feedback play on the guitar solo. Let's listen to the 1986 version. So they actually lowered the feedback quite a bit on the 86 mix. In the 2004 mix, it kind of sustains. Very interesting, kind of a cool detail. I don't know if it was a necessary change. It's a bit distracting during this breakdown part. But interesting nonetheless. There's a really great drum fill by Gar Samuelson here. in the song Wake Up Dead that is quite dynamic. And I want to listen to if it's the same in both versions, if the 2004 really captured his performance well. It's right here. Listen to this drum fill. I mean, that's insane. That's the jazzy playing of Gar Samuelson. Listen to the 2004 mix. It's similar, but it's missing the feel. It's missing the feel, in my opinion. The feeling and dynamics of it. Listen to 2004. The drums are just much more compressed in the 2004 version, and I think it kind of takes away from the dynamics at times. However, there's more fidelity in this 2004 version, especially in the song Wake Up Dead, which I think is the best remastered track. It still kind of works. Let's go to the outro here. Oh, Dave's vocals sound really weird. Let's listen to the original. Something weird. The vocals are too dry on this version. I love that outro there. Let's listen to it on the 2004. It's just way too dry. Where's the reverb? It's all completely gone. In this track here. I also had these synced. See how they start at the same time, the 2004 and 1986 version, but for some reason the 2004 version finishes first. Like there was a weird time gap difference here, or it was quantized, which is really kind of strange. Let's go to the P-cells because we're going to hear some big differences, especially in the bass guitar sound. So let's play the 1986 intro with the bass guitar and kick drum. Okay, let's listen to 2004. Okay, first off, why is the bass guitar sound so different? Listen here. Sounds like a DI, like it was re-recorded or something. Sounds natural there. Has more bounce. Again, is this track sped up? This is totally weird. Kick drum sounds like a sample. And then we get this crushing wall of limited guitars. They're definitely quieter in the 86. So if you want more clarity in the guitars, the 2004 is not a bad choice for you, but they just come out of nowhere. They're just way too loud. To me, this part just sounds horrible. There's so much mid-range in the guitars. In the 86 version, there feels like there's room to breathe. In 2004, it's just like a brick wall of limiter. Where's the snare drum? In the 2004, the snare drum's like a cannon. It sounds good. It's got movement. In the 2004, yeah, there's more bass, but the drums are completely missing. Very disappointing. Let's listen to the chorus. Look how tiny the drums sound. Where are the freaking drums? Yeah, the vocals are a little quieter, but it's thrash metal, not pop. I mean, I've got no problem with a little quieter vocals, especially Dave's. There's delay on the vocals.
If there's a new way, well, I'll be the first in line, but it better work this time.
The balance is just completely off in this 2004 Peace Sells version, and not because I've listened to the original too much, it's just, it sounds really bad. It doesn't work at all.
Can you put a price on peace?
There's like 10 dB of mid-range added to these guitars, and it doesn't sound good. No dynamics. See, this one makes me want to bob my head and move. This one, it's like limiter, pissing me off how bad this one is. Dave, what were you thinking? This 2004 version is horrible. Let's listen to the outro. Lots of cool reverb and delay. Let's listen to the outro. So while the Wake Up Dead version was okay, not as much of a monstrosity, this Peace Sells version is awful. And the rest of the album follows in a similar way. So in my opinion, the 2004 Peace Sells remix is abomination. I hate it. I don't think it sounds very good, and I never listen to it. I throw it on every now and then just to listen to how bad the balance is, but particularly on the title track. Everything is all over the place. Why are the guitars 10 dB too loud? Why is the bass boosted? Why do the drums sound so weak? And why are the vocals so loud with no reverb? The balance is just completely off. The EQ is off on it. There's no dynamics. It hits a brick wall limiter. The original's like, it's just perfect. It just works. Yes, it's grimy and thrashy and has that dark feel, but that's what makes it cool. That's what makes it sound unique. This remix has no flavor, no life, and sounds like it's a first-time mixer trying to throw up the faders and get a good sound, in my opinion. So let me know in the comments down below. That's a quick breakdown of the differences between the 1986 and 2004 Peace Sells masters. Let me know which track is better, which album mix is better. I go with 1986. I think this one is very clear to me that this version is much, much better. But leave a comment down below. And if there's any other albums you'd like me to check out, the original and remasters of, and do a breakdown, you should let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time.